Thousands of people flocked to Marine Corps Drive in Hagåtña as Guam's 66th Liberation Day parade kicked off, with motorcycles revving their engines, marching units making their way down the parade route, and F-22 Raptors and a B-52 doing a flyby. Much was in store to celebrate this big event. Though it is a time of celebration, Governor Felix Camacho and Lieutenant Governor Mike Cruz reflect on the sacrifices made so people can enjoy this special time.
I'm reminded of the great generation of my mother and father, that generation, and our grandparents who endured the war and went on to lay the foundation for what Guam is today in our island. Also, I'd like to say let us also keep in mind the many soldiers and anybody in the armed forces that are serving in war right now in Afghanistan and Iraq.
We lead the nation in recruiting and retention. We lead the nation in the number of currently in the military. We lead the nation along with the other Pacific jurisdictions with the number of dying in OEF and OYF. And we've given more of our land than any other jurisdiction towards the defense of freedom. And so, happy Liberation Day, Guam.
Interior Assistant Secretary Tony Babalta hasn't been home for Liberation Day in about 10 or 11 years. He says he enjoyed seeing the island's local and military communities come together to remember this historic moment.
It is warming to see everyone come out to be able to celebrate the sacrifices that occurred during the occupation, the liberation of Guam, and just to see the civilian and military communities come together and recognize how closely tied we are in our history.
Congresswoman Madeline Bordallo also made it home for the Liberation Day celebration. She remarks about the liberation festivities that are celebrated in the mainland and finds it meaningful that no matter where people from Guam live, they will never forget the island's liberation.
I'm always amazed, it's been 66 years, and throughout the United States at all the Chamorro organizations in every state, they always remember liberation.
One person that will always remember what happened 66 years ago was this year's Liberation Grand Marshal Jesus Onkenko. The 82-year-old is the last known survivor of the Guam Combat Patrol, a group who helped American forces round up the remaining Japanese soldiers that were hiding in the island's jungles after the war was over. Onkenko was 16 when he enlisted in the patrol. He says overall, he's just happy to be alive.
It's very nice to be alive and participating in the liberation. I'm so grateful.
One of the messages that I know Dad gives out is that, we should never forget those who survived, those who lost their lives, all for freedom. So what we enjoy today, and we should always remember that.